I'm getting technical issues, we'll have to deal with them after the game. Right, so round 1 recap. Massive win for the Americans, over 400 tickets, in fact 500 tickets. So yeah, I think there's going to be some payback here. Marines and OMDB, HSR, 20R will all be wanting to take the fight back. Let's have a look and see what can hear is going on. I'm expecting some real aggression here for the Americans to obviously get the fight back on this round.
Initially.
Remember to take the lodgy back to main when it's empty. We had to play save the lodgy for 10 minutes there, guys. If it's empty, you take it back to the main and park it there.
Okay, so who is doing what?
I'm planning to take one home and just go north to Ritz. If that's cool with you guys?
Yeah. Piet, can you take the lodgy and just activate the fob over to the north somewhere?
I'm only spawning in two guys, so one squad OMBD. If you wanna spawn in 2 boys with me and ride in the Humvee, that's fine.
Okay,
you can ride them in.
I will do that. Okay.
Yeah. Let's have OMBD on north and rest of south.
So yeah, American team, Marines, OMDB, 20R, HSR, versing off against FSQ, FFL, HSR and Squad Ops. Don't know what happened there. Ah, we went live, that's what happened. That would be the kick.
Right guys, so I'll be doing the lodgy. Anything else I missed while I was doing the others?
So yeah, here we go. Expecting the same mad rush we saw before for this north area.
Location on the map, so I know where the lodge needs to go.
Militia making a real fast push. Americans still queuing up to get out.
Let's make sure it's close to Ritz.
Frustration happening from Nordic here.
Ready for taking main base.
So militia definitely with the advantage here.
That goes south.
FSQ and followed up by Squad Ops with a lodgy. Obviously we've got a lodgy down at checkpoint Carrot capping already. I'm on Ridge capping already.
Squad 4, can you take one guy to Amstel's farm as well?
We're still waiting for Americans to even start getting into the areas.
Okay, copy. Yep. Squad 2 booked. I mean Squad 3.
Interesting tactic here. Instead of going for north side, Marines pushing in straight through it. No defense from the militia there on the north. Getting a fob down here, I suppose, somewhere. I don't know, but Marines offloading, getting the rally point down, but aggressive push from them. Now capping Abzel's farm, nothing happening at Nickel Bridge yet. So a quick look, yeah, still waiting on them, getting to Nickel Bridge. Fob coming up in the north just behind OMDB and Marines, who have managed to come straight for the Ritz Hills. And already taking down FSQ's first couple of scouts, Magus and Luvis going down. So a great push here by OMDB and Marines against FSQ. Squad Ops need to get down off of that hill. Robin Sage again with the suppression there. Taking shots and going down from Smeagol or Giazella. I'm not quite sure which one got the shot on him there. But we'll spread back out.
We'll take control of the northern hill.
So militia quite happy on the south side. Marines calling out that the militia are inside Ritz Hills. Give me 1 second, guys. I just need to sort this issue out, otherwise it'll go bug us for the rest of the match. Problem solved. If a printer carries on turning to a line cartridge, unplug printer. Right, so militia capturing checkpoint Garrett, now capping the south flag and no problems at all, FFO on it. HSR pushing straight through, looking to go for Nickel Bridge, try and slow the cap down by the looks of that. God, is that HSR? Yeah, HSR with half a squad on the cap point.
They're capping Ritz Hills, we need everyone inside the cap area now.
So FSQ doing a good job there, even though losing a lot of guys. We're capping Ritz Hills. Let's have a look and see what the field of view is for this Humvee.
We'll keep pushing that northern flank.
He can see that there's a squad up there by the looks of it, with the smoke now being deployed by squad ops. Marine multiple smokes on the area, having now wiped FSQ off of the Ritz Hills area.
It's not confirmed.
20 are adopting a good northern flank here now, pinning down FSQ, who were running north originally. Giazelli still alive on the point, about to come into contact if he's not careful from his south. He can hear those guys running around.
Stay on the cap with our guys.
So OMDB staying on the cap.
We gotta keep pushing on the CCFN. Gotta fold around.
Good RPG there. Techie's still not dead though. Now it's dead. So squad up with a fob, using emplacements here, trying to pin down the Americans. I'm not thinking it's worked as well as they thought it would. Americans just picking them off the northern hill and getting onto the cap point at Ritz. Militia now pushing off from the southern cap point, even though they still... Oh, there's the cap. HSR and FFO pushing off to the east here. I don't know what they're expecting to do. They can't cap Nickel Bridge. And Ritz Hills is definitely not going to become militia owned anytime soon, so unless they're trying to do a real forward pre-plan here. Humvee and militia. Is that the Crow Humvee? Crow Humvee's got a really good zoom, so he can see across there, but taking rockets now. Squad leader goes down, engine goes on. Beast is thinking, oh crap, I've got guys near me, let's get out of here. That's a rock. Gotta be careful, he's gonna get it stuck. Or tip it, even worse. Very luckily sliding off. And Antal goes down, that was the medic going down to try to get the squad lead up. So Crow Humvee having to run away from a battle. Crow Humvee's not very good at all in close range combat, so good thing he moved that out of the way. Still firing rockets at it, but missing. So no call out yet from HSR.
Yeah, just gonna stay.
Say, guys, we've got enemies to our southeast. In fact, this point is very vulnerable. Ritz Hills is very vulnerable. No one really checking out the east side, and only one militiaman down at Ghazi compound.
Hey guys, we try to put fob.
Yeah, do that. There's a lodge in main, so just try to get a fob up somewhere.
And we're gonna try to do this with the Humvee only.
So HSR saying that we try to put a fob up, got overcut by OMDB there, where we should have just been saying, guys, we had enemies take us down on top of Nickel Bridge. Militia might have a fair old plan going here. If they can get another fob up there, allow them to encircle the Americans. Americans not really making much of a push yet. HSR a little bit out to the south, not really pushing off for the Ghazi compounds point. FFO now coming on the east. 20 are slowly making their way. Yep, squad ops, Northern Road Logi there. Obviously try to resupply this fob so they can get defences down. Looks like this fob might be compromised. 20 yards Bubel and Frizlev pushing in together. Great teamwork there between the two of them. Then goes Abu Hujra, and the Americans have found it. And there's the call, squad 3. So the militia have lost the fob. Now it's going to be interesting to see where the militia come from next. I don't know if they've got a fob down to the south. You can see Smeagol spawning in down there. Well, this one man, Wook MT, managed to save the fob. Shots coming from far. Grenade landed well short.
Good enemies coming in
MVP going down.
South of the farm, guys.
We can see taking a shot there. Bubel patching up. Oh no, grenade going out into WCMT. Another grenade from WCMT. Oh, grenade takes Frizzlev out. And Bubel, one man save on the fob. Good work there, WCMT.
Shit, it naded us on the fob. We're pushing in again.
What a brilliant nade that was, bouncing off the rock. And here comes the militia.
Copy. That marker is Delta 5.
FSQ holding the south side. Now, America's realised that they're coming under contact now from the east. They did call it out on the radio about 3-4 minutes ago.
We got enemy on our fob on Foxtrot 4 or not?
Not at the moment.
HSR very close to
I'm
that.
sending one guy to make sure we have some check on it.
So HSR on top of the American fob.
And Norman, can you send one of your medics northwest?
There it is.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Can you send one of your medics northwest? One of my guys up here.
He's down. Koji is down.
Copy, copy.
Phil Cross taking out Shusty there. HSR against HSR, both recruits. I'm sure that'd be great to watch.
South can open up a road on Gassy.
2 enemies in fob. 2 enemies in fob.
Fine, I'll say old men.
Secure the fob then.
I like OMDB. It's close to being IMDB.
Enemy shoveled up their fob in Delta 5. Keep at 2. Enemy shoveled it up.
So militia taking down their own fob there. Good call. The Americans knew where it was. I think they knew where it was pretty straight away. There's the Humvee position now would have been great to take on a fob. So yeah, fob gone down. No good emplacements anymore. Militia trying to save as many tickets as they can. So we're now seeing Marines make the push for the Ghazi compound. Looks like we've got a spawn down here looking at where all these guys are coming from. We'll just take a quick look. Obviously Marines are coming in.
Enemies east from you.
See if we can hear it. Yep, so the fob there it is. So good position now that this wall's been put in on this lair, which is giving a lot more cover while crossing open fields. Marines finding a technical here. HSR, sorry, FSQ even getting ready to defend. This is going to be.
Hey guys, squad 4. After you put up that fob, can you return to main and push out the logi?
So squad 4 putting up a fob for the attack.
Yeah, we just placed the fob. Just wait.
Yep, place a new fob, then go to main, pick up the logi, because we're gonna need to remove the fob in north. They found it.
So Cole's put through that the HSR guys eventually found.
Still holding it, but we need to remove it.
Found that fob. Squad ops now coming to support FSQ. Obviously they've realised that this defence is now critical for the militia to stay in the centre of the map rather than be pushed all the way back to the first two. So Marines now trying to get a flank on, unbeknownst to them that they are actually running into the direction of where all these reinforcements are coming from. Or maybe they do know, and that's part of the gamble, is try to cut off reinforcements getting into Ghazi. HSR supporting with one man so far, but he can see quite a few members there. I struggle to get in here with you. There we go. So yeah, he's got a great view there. Oh great, he's taking down Kafkama there, good shooting. And Abu as well going down. Optics at work there, using it on the full autos, just bursting off. In fact, I think he's done a job for Marines there. That's giving them an opportunity to get inside the cap zone. Marines splitting off into two squads here. One going out to...
Yeah, somewhere, just take down the fob and place a new one or somewhere.
So the Americans holding the north quite comfortably by the looks of it.
To the D flag.
Both teams having taken down their own fobs.
my guys are sweeping the western side, but I can push in as well.
Yeah,
So
push in with the
20
couple
are sweeping the west, but all the enemies, HSR, out to the east here. Obviously still going for that fob that's just been taken down by OMDB.
Copy.
The one-man band squad Hatar Fiskar there. Let's see if he gets called a single squad on his own again.
Capping, but we're gonna need some help anyway.
OMDB saying they're not capping. There's no enemy near the cap zone. I don't understand what he's worrying about.
Just make sure you hold the Ritz Hills. I'll get the Gaza compounds. Just hold.
Nordic saying he's going to get the Gaza compounds. Well, I've got news for you, Nordic. I don't think you are. Not unless your 4 or 5 guys who are up could take on what looks like to be an entire team coming at you now. Now that the only fob on the map that we are aware of for the militia is on the south. Oh, snap. Great rocket there by Luvis into the compound. Militia quite comfortably holding on now. Nordic and Diego. Only Marines I can see who are alive near the cap point. Diego trading with Woot for FFL. Bucks WG taking out Deceptuous as well. Nordic eventually succumbing to FFL Sally South. The American offensive being shot down in pieces there. Surprised to see quite a good holding of the HSR up here. Still pushing out for the fob that was taken down, HSR and OMDB.
You're very low call. You're a lot of... There's a little too less enemies on the flag now, boys.
Quite a lot.
We're holding the flag.
Taking any context, I sweep the west and the south and we didn't encounter anything.
Yeah, they're trying to push our fob. They are at northeast of Ritz.
So that fob is still alive. I thought that they would take it down. They did say they would take it down.
You can push out with a couple of
Possibly
guys
decided
there.
that it wasn't getting attacked hard enough for them to take it down. So HSR's last 2 from the complement here. Unit waiting for the Humvee to come down. Started to move out for it. Pavulon there, the medic, obviously just sitting back. Let's see if this Dunnet can take out his squad mate in HSR Erie in the Humvee. He's looking around, but I don't think he's trying to figure out how to get round there. And you can hear the technical here with FFL coming up. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Masses of Americans on the north, masses of militia now pushing the south side of Ritz Hills Cap. Let's get back in for this. OMDB and now the rock with the water flowing around them with HSR, FFO, squad ops. Literally, militia rush. ODB should be screaming now. We've got guys south. 20 are out on the hill up on the eastern side. Western side. HSR about to breach. 20R should have eyes on the entire squad ops crew coming up the road in the open.
Oh well, Tech is not down, but he has soldiers in it is.
So just do that so I can see if it starts getting neutralised. The 8 ball not flashing yet.
We have found enemy fob, Delta 8, keep at 2.
Delta 8, keep at 2. So yep, there's the fob that we found earlier. ODB just enough guys to stop the. So 20 are coming around the south.
Time to push off the enemy.
Got enemy at the compound on G4.
So HSR squad ops going down for a combined 20-hour push OMDB hold. Between a rock and a hard place for the militia there. In fact, all of them being white, militia gone. Did look like quite a menacing move, but 20R and OMDB handling it very well. Now HSR making another push here. So militia quite happy with the south cap. But Marines now pushing along to the south on the east flank.
Delta 8 keep at 2, so they're not planning on moving their FOB there.
So we can hear building happening.
Okay, with a fob somewhere by some squad. We are not going to be able to put up one.
Enemy
If you don't want one inside Ritz Hills.
Yeah, definitely not moving that fob.
Just fucking drop it where it is and supply it, basically, at this point. We need a fob. That's how we lost the last game.
So struggling for a southern
Doesn't matter
fob.
where it is, as long as you can fight away
Nordic
from it.
getting a bit frustrated over squad lead comms.
What about straight north of
Trying
Ritz
to
in the hills?
secure the logi track, but enemy is close to it.
Now the northern
Straight
fob's
north of
been
Ritz in the
taken
hills, I
down.
can provide that right now. If you guys think that's a good place.
If you can defend it, then yes, otherwise no.
So another push here by FFO. The same place FFO and HSR have been. They've got spawns in this area. Pushing out into the cap zone and north of it.
Fuck, I'm down on the...
Starting to wipe the 20R guys off the northern hill. FFO with a good spread there and a good push. Mobius going down to number 2. Apel now looking north.
G4.
G4. So again a bit quiet this time round. Waiting for the next plan from both sides. So enemy fob at Gulf 4, which is over where all those HSRs are. So militia about to lose another 20 points here. DB Old Men's Pezus, is it? I'm not sure how to say his name. I have to go and ask him one day. Holding this north hill. See a vehicle coming down north road there.
We dropped the crew of one enemy supply truck.
Going down to Scarface.
It's still coming in. Enemy supply truck still coming in.
Enemy supply truck.
Copy that.
Driving straight through the middle of the north hill. Oh, one rocket takes out 2 HSR's Popo. Luckily enough gets out just before going down. Down goes the logic truck and Popo was on his own as a squad lead. Great work there by Frizlev. And takes out Popo as well. Brilliant work. What a wipe. That was a great wipe. And now taking shots from Scarface. Up on that hill.
That is now confirmed. Enemy logic truck heads to supplies in.
So this north is quite well held now by the Americans, as is the south by the militia. Nordic and Mumbarines try to push in again, although still unsuccessful into getting into the cap. Mass spawn now by squad ops and FFO, pushing back to the point. For those of you just joining in, I'm the Moham and welcome to CCFN 51. Yes, that's 51 weeks of the CCFN, well, meet-up on a Sunday night. This is not a competitive event, this is just where the squad clans get together and just have a real good game.
Copy.
It's active, it's active.
Thank you, Lance.
That's American FOB going up in the north. And tonight we've got the Marines 20R, All Men Bring Death and HSR versus HSR, Squad Ops, FFL. And Finnish squad. Games got peaks to it. Sometimes we're getting a lot of action, and times like this we're seeing quite a slow couple of minutes while both teams try and reposition themselves ready for the next big push. You can see here Militia getting ready to push north again.
Alright, good job, Les, good job.
But Marines now on point, not in enough numbers to neutralise, especially not with other members of the militia in here. Down goes Beginner. Down goes Robin Sage. Good work there by APOC from FFL. Bit of frustration coming through in them voices. And Finnish squad up on the hill, out on the south.
How are you doing on your location?
Louva's just missing there with a rocket launcher on the scout from Marines. So, Marines with a rally point. No FOB down here. There was a FOB earlier.
East from the flag.
North flag we can see from here, nothing really happening at the moment. But HSRFFL pushing up to the centre of the township here. So both teams quite happy to have a standoff and fight it out over who can kill the most. So let's have a quick look. So Militia definitely losing that fight. United States 142 kills to 80 deaths. 82 deaths to 100, only 82 kills to 144 deaths Militia. So Militia need to pull something out of the bag here to turn this around, I feel. We're on 607 tickets for the Americans. Both teams attacking and flanking around, trying to take out each other's FOBs rather than go straight for the flags. When we see them go straight for the flags, get pushed back off. So, gone quiet again. I think you find this happens when both teams try to figure out how to next approach a target. And get a bit of contact now from the Marines up on this eastern side with FSQ. FSQ's Cough Karma is going to be calling, saying, oh, we've got a squad coming in on the east side again of their defence point. Obviously, this is the defence point for Militia. Squad Ops lining up, getting ready to attack up the hill with FSQ, take out Marines. Marines now flanking around to the old position of FSQ. Red smoke from the Americans must be depicting where the enemy position was. And there's Luvis going down, Smeagol already down. The hill wiped, can't see any spawn points, no rally or FOBs that I can see, but time will tell if they start appearing on the hill again.
Putting up a FOB? I have my guy at the lodgy, at main with the lodge, or he can come resupply Ritz, or he can do nothing.
Currently, we have one FOB that's on Ritz for the Americans. No FOBs anywhere else.
Some other FOB than the one at Ritz.
Great advice there from Old Men Bring Death's squad leader. Let's have more than one FOB, especially when it's on a point. Right, now we're back into it again. Marines held on the outskirts of the compound, Ghazi compounds there, but Ritz now coming to attack from the south.
Down there, maybe squad.
You can relieve a squad, yes, otherwise no.
Yeah. We can push south if you want.
FFO getting taken out by HSR here as they start making the move north. HSR making the move south with 20R, so meeting in the middle. So fight now not actually happening on objectives. Down goes Clock U. So objectives not really in play at the moment because both teams are meeting each other in the middle as they move through the town. That's great to see. Marines still stuck up on the hill, so all the fighting happening off the point, but we've got FFO's Woot and HSR's Triple Nipple now moving round on west side. Bill Nye the Science Guy still up and alive on the north side. Woot being spotted now. Saw Gunner under HSR Erie, just pinning him down for a minute. Calls out for a medic on the roof there, might not be the safest place. 20R Mobius must be calling out that they can see Woot now firing up at Mobius. Mobius trying to move. Bill Nye the Science Guy having turned around now. MVP now spawning back up on the top of the hill.
Enemies west of Ritz.
Calling out these enemies, lots of enemies. Well, not really, only 3 of them, and one of them just died. South is the problem. Going close quarters through the town now. A bit of a push now by the Americans southwards. Marines still stuck up on the F8 hill. So, close quarters definitely happening now. Marines trying their best to flank, getting pinned down and pushed back by FSQ. Squad ops sat on the point now, waiting. FSQ all down now. Marines know they're going to be pinned as they come down this hill. Probably try to develop a plan internally on how they're going to get down the hill without being killed as they move down. FSQ starting to come back up now. We've got a medic working his magic. Oh, and takes out Diego. Good work there by, is it Jarion? Great work from a medic there, getting his guys up and defending as best he can. So Marines held off. I can hear fighting. It's still infighting happening in the centre. Not getting on the point yet from any of the militia. One of these teams needs to break the deadlock. Otherwise, I feel the Americans might get a win on this one if they keep on the kill deaths that they are. 165 for 109, 108 for 167. It's a bit tighter than it was earlier.
Squad 2 enemies northeast apparently as well.
Copy.
So, calling out enemies northeast. I don't see any enemies out that way. I do see a lot southwest. Southwest definitely the busier area.
Up west, we're pushing south right now towards Gaza.
So 20 are pushing out to the west side, which they have. They're just out to the west. I'm moving south, but I see a militia vehicle there. So we'll see what happens with that. Militia just happy to hold the south. I think that's probably a good job. So militia now bringing the, let's see, a logistics truck it is. Looks like they could go up on the hill with 20R. Now we saw that earlier from squad ops. We're up on this west hill. Did come down the side a little bit. And militia being held back by the Americans quite effectively in the centre. Interested to note that the militia really do have the edge at close range, having heavier hitting weapons. Down goes APO for a great grenade. The Americans doing everything they can to use the long range ability of the M4s. So quite a stalemate here from both sides. So I'm Surprised we've not seen anything to break the deadlock. Maybe the fob that's just gone down here on West Hill, somewhere in the Delta 5 region, that might make the difference for the militia. If they can get a new attack angle, but I don't feel as if it will. They really could have done with one out here on the east side where it's now not defended. Well, we're seeing militia going down on the point but not losing it. Marines now streaming down the hill, but behind them a full squad of HSR. Where they come from? I do realise there's a battle going on there, but where have these guys just appeared from? There must be a fob or something in the area around here, and they've stealthily got in there, popped it down without a logi. It's gone up, and we now have a militia spawn point behind the Americans, with only a rally on the hill to supply them with an area to spawn if they go down. Not really seeing much of a fob for the Americans here on the south side. Definitely made it lacking.
We'll first search for enemy spawn point before we push into Gaza.
So militia's starting to feel the pressure here a bit for the Marines. 20R have done a great flank in the background. I don't know if you guys saw that happening. Getting around to the fob here, the only fob that we know of for the militia. Obviously this compound is now fobbed up to the max, but nothing pointing out to the side where 20R are sat watching and waiting. Expecting them to be putting down a rally point or something as soon as the timer goes down and start the attack on the fob. That's going to change the dynamic of the game. And there it is, Marines finally starting to neutralise. They've pushed onto the point with squad ops. HSR up on the hill. Marines completely surrounded here and still neutralising. Here we go. Marines just have to stay alive. 20R need to make that push now, which they are. This is going to be bringing so much confusion to the militia now. What did they defend? Did they defend the fob? Did they defend the compounds? They have defended successfully at the compounds. Grenades now coming in from 20R on it.
If you're capping and you're confident you're gonna cap, send 3 guys to go at either Rich or checkpoint.
To DB trying to plan ahead. DB set up on the north side.
Do it. We're gonna stay here, but some other squads, then 3 guys to another one of the flags. If you're confident, you're gonna take it.
So militia, small probing force there, mixed squads, FFO and HSR up there. And now at a neutral point on Ghazi again. 2 Marines to 2 FSQ on the point. 20R calling out that the fob's still there, but they've not pushed straight in, and now militia spawning in en masse again.
Enemy coming from the southwest. The ridge here.
They're coming from southwest. Yes, they are. That's a good call there from HSR. Not many of them now. Only 5 still alive up there. Mivosh now moving south to the point. Realising defence is a crucial part here. Are now encircled the fob. They're just waiting for something to happen on the Ritz Hill, the Gaza compound, but not really happening. 20R Frizlev making his way round now, trying to get in there, but the fob emplacements here to hinder getting inside. But grenades over the walls are still as effective. Great idea there. Oh, great smoke as well. If Extreme managed to get a grenade there, that would have been 2 guys down. But what a brilliant idea there with the sandbags to block grenades getting in on the actual fob. So this might take a bit of pressure off if the Marines can push their way onto the point again. Still waiting to be picked up by a medic. Look at this with the amount of people down. They've lost the rally. Fob in Delta 6. Yep, so the Americans have found that fob that we saw going up. Logistics truck parked up next to the fob. Is it? No, it's parked up around the back of the hill. So yeah, they have done it again. They brought the fob down the hill.
Hey guys, do you want the crow in the south? It's gonna be beneficial.
If you can use it, yeah, sure.
Pretty much on the same point that they were last time. So militia now getting pinned on the one fob that they have down the south. If my Marines had just respawned and pushed in, if they could have, unfortunately losing the rally stopped them from doing that, they would have probably had this point going by now. So yeah, so squad ops, is it FSQ squad ops stuck on the fob area? Yeah, so squad ops FSQ being pinned in just by 20R. Try to break a few guys off to get back to defense. So they know that defense okay. One guy up on there, Jerion for FSQ, just setting points in there. It's not being capped, we're alright. Robin Sage still there for the Marines saying, I'm here on my own, guys, what's happening? It looks like they both know they are facing off. So, medic versus Saw wins. That looked brutal, right in the back of the head from Robin Sage there. Squad ops have now pushed out on the south side of the fob, using that wall like we were saying earlier, that's now in the game. Just using it for cover as they push back to the point. It must have been bleeding. I didn't see him get shot from anywhere. This Extreme B3 got one really good shot on him. Who knows? So north.
It's looking pretty cool at Ritz Hills at the moment, guys.
Exactly what I was about to say.
Enemy fob still at Delta 8. Accurate mark.
So that's this fob here. So it's not a super fob, but they have done a good attempt at putting defences on it, stopping it. But obviously it's in fact no, they dug it down. So that's a lie. That is no longer a fob. Militia realising that yeah, we're going to lose that fob, let's get rid of it. And here they come from that point again. HSR owning the mosque right now. So it's a full squad of FFL coming straight over here. There must be something just north of Nickel, just around the south side of Nickel Bridge even, sorry.
Guys, did anyone lose friendlies just south of
Yeah,
Main?
Lottie went down, they're on Nickel Bridge.
Okay, copy that. We're not going to get down with their quota.
Carrying down the enemy fob on Delta 6.
So we've just lost a logistics truck for the Americans around Nickel Bridge area, which was coming to supply a fob. So we can see here that FFO just run past this fob. This is how close they were. FFO, they were kicking themselves if they don't find it.
Get any contact on the reach now?
So FFO don't realise how close they are to being wiped here if some of these Americans just threw grenades over the side.
Yeah, I was asking if you got contact on the reach here.
There we go.
No, it's cool, it's cool.
Okay.
Oh, RPG into the compound there from number 2. Obviously they heard the footsteps.
Squad 4, you got the enemy south. Mark them on map.
Roger.
So FFO and the Marines fighting it out right next to the American fob. Kojo going down through the kill murder hole there.
Murder hole.
There you go, Diego Kwame, murder hole, throwing a grenade over. Other murder hole now being used to swapping around between the murder holes.
Squad 4, you can push down with a couple of guys down to the A flag, as long as you leave 2 or 3 guys up here at north. It's cool.
Let's just check out the field of view, because I'm saying that Fisher, right, where's my field of view? Field of view 90. I don't think it's that bad. So quite a fight going on the fobs now. Again, mixed in the centre. We saw this earlier. The teams hitting each other as trying to push each other. One from north, one from south. Meeting in the centre and cause these little firefights. Looks like the militia have won it this time round over the Americans. ODB still sat on the northern defence, waiting, ready. They know they need to be looking south. So, yeah, join the stream. I run a higher gamma, so it will look a little bit different if you're playing in game. This map is darker, set a bit more at sunset, but I do run it a bit high just to make it easier for me to stream it, so that we can see where guys are and what they're doing. For those of you that noticed while I was checking the settings. HSR making a cautious approach here. Seems to be working for them on the southeast. Just slowly pushing away towards that northern cap. The other HSR squad seems to have strung out, got a couple of losses on the way, but slowly making their way down to the southwest side. Now down to 438 tickets. United States leading in the KD race, 286 to 188 compared to 187 290. Looks like the technical has been brought in by FF Woot. And yes, it is. She's on the north. They ran into someone. One guy down, one guy up. Woot coming back just to check for any more survivors. OMDB still quite happy to defend.
This is enemy fob on Echo 7.
Echo 7.
Squad, what we're gonna push
No echo, no problem there, but ODB that's pushed. Oh, pre-launcher going down for an RPG there. It's like okie got him.
Oh.
Copy squad 4. We're gonna
Cheers, man.
come help you out.
Right, reloading.
Oh, HSR now pushing the south side, and whoa! He felt that as he went through the door.
Behind. They're on south. And this goes.
Yeah.
So FFO now getting a rally down, starting to push. So we might see OMDB coming into trouble here on the north point. South point looks relatively well held by militia. Americans spread out on the south, obviously after coming into contact and finding enemies behind them. So OMDB still holding the ground quite well. HSR pushing in. We've got FFO just underneath us here, and some of them squad ops obviously assisting them here. Where a few of them. They push up onto North Hill. Ah, we've got a friendly Humvee, enemy Humvee to the militia, and it is the crow's nest. We know number 2 is indeed a anti-tank. We saw him using it earlier. One shot on it. 3-shot takedowns to get a crow. He needs a friend with some more rockets, and shots coming now from the squad ops technical. So militia were fobbing Echo 7. Don't think it went live because we never saw anyone spawning on it. And HSR smoke everywhere on the south. HSR ODB defending.
Enemy technical coming to reach.
Enemy technical at Ritz, that's true. It's out northwest. Lone Ranger taking down one of the FFO crew right in the middle. Bill 9 turn and look north. No, won't. Lone Ranger's not looking south. Both missed that straight through the field at one another here. Just to show you, Lone Ranger would have seen him perfectly. Bill 9 now rushing in. Right into the southern room. Possibly one of the best places to defend from the southern room. Now on the fob. Militia now know there is a fob there. If they didn't before, they do now. Bill 9 now defending like his life depends on it, because it does. Robbie about to follow him through the door. He was hit. Going in the room, now bandaging. HSR Popo going down. Bill 9 playing an interesting game of hide and seek here with the guys spawning in. And grenade from Robbie killing HSR's Haze, but taking Bill 9 as well. Good idea there. It doesn't matter that you've done a team kill.
And Nord, it's clear to come down with the crow now.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know where the crow's gone.
Okay, we're
So
gonna get down that south.
militia doing a definite push up here. We'll just go and see what's happening down the south. I can see 20R on the north side of things, and we've got Marines off into the distance there, looking for that fob that we knew was around there somewhere for the militia. I never found it. It was right under corner map. Good work there by militia. J8. That's in the middle of bloody nowhere, but obviously it caused a headache for the Americans. FSQ now respawning on a rally inside side of the compound at Ghazi. coming to attack from 20R from north and east, and northwest. FSQ running along the southern wall. So still busy, but still quiet at Ghazi. Marines now coming back into the game, although they are quite a long way out. 398 tickets to go for the Americans. And vicious defence happening up here now for the Americans. A lot of downed Americans on the west side. A lot of downed militia on the west side. Great spamming, explosions everywhere. This is great to see. Suppressing and attempting to blow everything up that's not one of your guys on the north. Squad ops now flanking on the north, so we might actually see a flanking manoeuvre again happen to the east side of the map over here. Maybe somewhere we might see some rally points or even a fob go down for the militia. Looks quite quiet again. Where are the militia spawning? I've got a couple of spawning at main. In fact, there's a vehicle at main and a solo infantry player coming from main. Americans still not getting on the point, but Marines coming now off the eastern hills down towards Ghazi. FSQ, lone squad. I'm not seeing a great deal of militia on the map at the moment. I'm wondering if tickets are low. They're waiting for a spawn point to go up. 20R have made a great push here with the help of Marines. I think this might be a cap on Ghazi compounds for the Americans, unless the Russia pulls something out of the bag. Squad ops finally push off that hill up in the north. But Americans holding at bay. OMDB and HSR working well together up there. But here it is. This is the defining moment here. If the Americans can hold this, watch the flashing 8-ball happen, and there it is. The 8-ball is flashing. We are getting a neutralization once again on Ghazi compound. Americans overwhelming it.
Okay, it's cool. It's cool. Cool enough.
No militia anywhere to be seen around the south. Not many in the north. Militia need to do something here, but I don't think it's going to be in time now. Even if they spawn at main, get a logistics truck down here and a fob down, it's not going to be enough in time to push the Americans off the cap of Ghazi. 20R with a close rally point now on the north. Just seen Woody spawning in. No one around. FSQ Smeagol going down with sniping off the hill. No FSQ left in the compound. Americans hold that. I've seen spawns happen at main now for the militia as we move north.
We can put in one guy in the crow and he can draw to the A flag. I mean, checkpoint Garrett or that one.
I'm moving straight to Garrett.
So,
okay.
Marines moving straight to Garrett, so they're expecting to be able to push militia moving south by the looks of it. So, logistics truck it is indeed. I would not bring it any further, guys. You're coming straight to the Americans. Ah, there's the fob going live. And leaving the logistics truck on the road to be blown up. Was that a good idea, guys? They did not have to get that close to activate that fob. They could have come up behind the north side here and done that. Now they're sacrificing people to try and save the logistics truck on the road. Waiting for RPGs to start flying in. And here we go. This is the fight. This is the fight we've been waiting for. Massive push for the Ritz Hills. Quiet for the last couple of minutes. Now mass spawning from the militia. Smoke screen going up, but what they need to be aware of is they do still have Americans on the hill behind them. Only a couple, but only a couple of people need to pin from one side to allow the others to fight off. So there's neutralization. 20R there. Marines now pushing straight across for checkpoint Garrett. And who will they be face off against? I can see the militia. Looks like FSQ. Yeah, FSQ moving down, ready to get in a defensive position. Checkpoint Garrett. Marines doing a great move there themselves. And militia now neutralizing rich compounds. OMDB have been
now
wiped by
start
one guy.
closing.
HSR 2 guys left.
You mean Ritz?
Yeah, Ritz, sorry.
And
Right, have they started
American
camping?
fob now going down.
Hold on.
This is why we don't like putting fobs.
Oh,
on
yeah,
points.
never mind, I will.
I'm
And
gonna take my
we're going to see the old
to,
switcheroo here.
from me.
So we saw 5 minutes ago the Americans wiping the militia off the
We saw
south point,
enemy lodging
and
running
now
away from Ritz towards their main.
so they
Yeah,
know that they've got a
Squad
fob in
4
the
just
north
got
now.
A bit closer to Ritz.
So we've seen the old switcheroo here, neutralisation on the south point and a neutralisation on the north
from
point,
Ritz towards Ghazi on the main road.
and the militia have got a squad or so out of place down at checkpoint. They thought they might have to defend, but a great save with that fob going live there saved that from happening. So no longer going to be an attack flag once the Ghazi compounds are caught. OMDB and HSR are just overwhelmed now with 3 squads spawning in from Squad Ops and HSR and FFO all at the same time and just pushed. We saw a great smoke screen on this northwest corner. That is, United States have caught the compounds, but they're about to lose Ritz Hill. So just check them out. CM and Checkpoint Garrett are now capable, but only for the next 10-15 seconds or so until Ritz Hills goes neutralised by the militia. Militia now making a quick push down for the south of Ghazi compounds. Marines on the west side.
I know.
There's the neutralisation. Marines pushing up on the west side now, try to get round to the checkpoint to the Ritz Hills. So FFO HSR coming up against 20R. We've got 20R up on the hill. They can see that push happening. They've got a GL up here. I imagine at least one optics looking down into the town. Ooh, firing far north. I'd start looking a bit further south, guys. Mass spawn at the old fob up in the north. So we do have a fob stop here. There it is. Oh no, we lost that fob earlier in the game. They've just put this one down using a logistics truck from Maine, because the old fob was here, where roughly where OMDB Salami is. OMBD. I'm gonna say it right, like sometime tomorrow when I wake up. So HSR Squad Ops. Moving in. Well, Marines moving in, and now FSQ moving in. This is a game of flanks right now. A game of mass pushes on the flanks. Humvee coming down from HSR. Gingerly, and rightfully so. Spawning in.
Is on the Ritz supporters as well at Red Hills.
So Anton Owens holding up the north side. He will be telling the militia we've got guys coming out to the north of our fob. Deceptuous there, so close to gaining the fob, but too busy coming up here for a lone man. But if we get close to it, militia with a fob, I believe, in the 2-story. Oh no, just outside 2-story, actually in the outside of the compound there. And militia officially capturing Ritz, but now taking casualties from the combined OMBD and HSR forces. Marines on the southern side now, smoking up and taking some contact from HSR on the south side. FSQ quite broken up in the south here. Probably best off regrouping before they launch the assault onto the Ghazi compound. 20R coming in from the fob that was placed by the Americans earlier on. I can hear a vehicle. There it is. Technical just in the centre of the town. Looks like they're looking up on the F8 hill. Obviously we just saw a few guys up there, but there's not. They've moved down now. So south relatively well defended. So the Deceptor is finding the fob now. Came back after all. taking a couple of guys down
Enemy
it.
techie south of Ritz Hills, marked on.
Deceptuous now covering it. Taking Bucks out. Running away from Triple Nipple, having to reload. Looks like he's going to do a run around the outside, try and flank it on his own. All men bring death, now running down the hill towards the fob. Now they know where that fob is, they're going to wipe it out and attempt to take this back with the help of HSR. HSR spawning in far in the distance. All men bring death on the hill there with a Humvee. Yeah. So keeping the Crow Humvee back, which is a good idea. Now down to 272 tickets for the Americans. Let's have a look at their kill deaths. Ooh, 400 to 260 and 260 to 400. I think the Americans get edge it using the kill deaths here. They're seeing spawn-ins on the south from militia, if I'm right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw FSQ spawning. Now pushing in onto the point at Ghazi. Putting grenades in over the walls. Not enough guys in the cap zone to... There it is, neutralising now. I'm waiting to hear on the radio from 20R that they are losing Ghazi. And no one there to tell them they're all down. I'm surprised I've not heard MVP say that they've been killed off of Ghazi. We've got anything in the south for spawns, only a rally, which is under jeopardy from the militia. Great push by FSQ there. And squad ops coming down through the town itself. They were using that technical earlier.
Still have enemies in the south side of Ritz Hills. The northern compound is cleared and secure.
We're taking down enemy fob in northern compound.
Yep, copy that. Nice work.
So Mumblines now working together with all men bring death to take down the northern fob and started to neutralise Ritz Hills, but we have lost Ghazi.
Beginning to cap Ritz, that's beginning to cap.
Technical still alive, but the old switcheroo's happening. And there we go, 20R now saying they're losing it. Well, you were losing it a couple of minutes ago, so Ghazi going to be neutralised first.
No, can you make your way down to south then?
I'm doing it.
Yep.
That rally's still live down here. 20R getting hit from both sides of the field here.
Lone Rangers 1-4. You can push out. I'm gonna have my guys pretty much inside Ritz once we've solved the situation.
So, all men bring death now commanding the situation up north. Mumblines started to make the push south towards Ghazi. Ritz Hills firmly in the American control again.
Enemy technical down at Ghazi compound.
Down goes the technical that was driving around. And there's Ghazi compound now firmly in the militia's control, so we've seen the old switcheroo happen again. Twice in one round. Brilliant. Great to see that. It's time to get rockets off the F8 hill from 20R coming back into the fight. Great rocket there. Great commanding position, because you think you're safe in that compound and all of a sudden whoosh, explosives start coming in, rounds start hailing in. Howard Hebrew taking shots and returning fire with his own.
Enemy's 50% capped on Gaza.
Using... Ooh, so that rocket was a bit higher.
He's almost down.
That's Cyrax there, just missing out there on the shot. United States neutralising Ritz Hills officially again. And seeing as FFO spawned down here, squad ops now spawning, so I have a feeling they've got a fob somewhere in this compound where all these guys are rushing from. And now spread out across the map. Is that a rally point down here that I see? Yes, it is in the tree. So Using the rally points to screen the fobs. Always a great idea. Don't want to all be spawning on the fob and using that and giving it away. Using rally points is much more effective. Americans pretty much uncontested up at Ritz at this point in time, although FFO making the way, and I can see spawns from the militia in the north as well. Fighting it out through the centre of the town again, as we were saying earlier. Ghazi now officially militia captured. Ritz about to do the same for the Americans.
Squad 4, you can push out a bit with your
HSR in the north, OMDB
inside the compound
with a crow's nest Humvee?
Need everyone to bunch up.
Yeah, crow's nest Humvee. Waiting for any vehicles to be coming out of the main down the north road. A great idea there for Milne. Almost death.
Up to the door, cover, help me cover. Yeah,
I don't know if we spotted something put there, but
Yeah, we got the marksman there.
okay, copy.
good spot. You can see the logistics vehicle, and it hasn't been used yet. Oh, close miss there from Dunnick on the Humvee. Just off to the right of it though. That looked like another miss. So there we go. Ritz Hill's officially captured, and now we're seeing a mix of fight again. A mixed fight down here for the Ghazi compounds. Squad Ops taking the South Hill, 20R taking the East Hill. The Marines came from the north. It looks like they've managed to get one of the 20R guys onto the point successfully. 3 of them now inside the cap zone, but 4 FSQ members up in the smoke. But Diego coming around behind him, trying to get in there before he starts getting all the kills. Jumping over the wall, missing out on the one guy going inside first.
Enemies are present in the hills south of Ghazi compounds.
There he goes, Diego taking down one. Jerry on here going around to looking through the murder hole. Diego takes down one. Takes down 2, that's a medic. Only 1 medic left down here for FSQ. The Americans might finally have done it, might have got both caps. The 8-ball is flashing. Squad Ops going down on the hill. 20R doing a great job of pinning them with Marines. Deceptor is coming up in between FSQ and the Squad Ops.
South hills of Ghazi.
Marines calling it out. Large enemy presence. Well, there was, but you've wiped out a few of them. But they're being revived slowly but surely by their medics. Pinning them from the eastern hill. Yeah. Fighting back now. Getting suppressive fire down. Down goes one. That was a medic. Yep. Medic down. I don't know about the guys who are watching, but whatever I squad lead.
Going at Ghazi compound.
Aim for the squad leader first, the medic second, and everyone else is
Okay, copy.
a priority after both those two. Medic's one of the most useful classes on this game. Obviously, stops you losing tickets and bleeding them away.
If you're at Ghazi, keep an eye on the fields to the southwest of it and on the hills to the south.
Great call here from Marines Nordic.
Guys to either Ammon Ridge or Checkpoint Garrett.
So now planning to move for the next points if they become attackable. Mass spawn in the north from
And the rest
HSR.
of you push up to us at the D flag. They're coming in from south.
LNDB, only half a squad on the cap point now. To the 3 militia. 2 militia.
Defense flag, Ritz Hills.
So same from the south, there's no one south really anymore, only the odd 2. You ought to be ready for this incoming northwest push. Let's see if Dunnick can make it in through the door. Nope. Let's see a grenade over the top. Oh, the medic's there. And that's it!
Oh,
Nice.
So
okay.
a 200 ticket win for the Americans. So double American win tonight. But both times the Americans have won round 1 and round 2. Great fight the second round. Militia really doing well to hold the centre, trying not to be pushed back to the last 2 cap points. I think both teams will look back at this match and think, wow, we missed out on that. There's been a few defining moments. Some really good flanks, some really good manoeuvres by squads. Obviously, great to see. After nearly a whole year, we're still doing this on a Sunday night. I think everyone really enjoys themselves. Anyway, that's it for another CCFN. CCFN 51 next week, CCF 52. One whole year of CCFN. Now up to 4 servers. Obviously with server 1 tonight. Lucky enough for that. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching. I've been the Moham. Until next time.